Another week, another episode of Overpowered, and our concerns are getting graver and graver. This week, our main concern is that Varun's mom thinks he looks homeless in the Overpowered episode. Varun, can you please explain?
So I don't know, okay? I think it's the camera setup or something, okay? Or maybe it's the fact that I don't shave for Overpowered or whatever. So you remember that Shah Rukh Khan video, right? Like that went viral, or the other video that, whatever, videos keep going viral. So my mom's like, of all the things you've done, this is probably going to be in a lot of people's feeds. And why only in this do you look like a homeless person? So I was asked to cut my hair. I was asked to shave because she's like, you're not a very handsome boy. Because once she told me that Tom Cruise looks better than me, because I asked her, like, as we were watching Tom Cruise on TV, she's like, I was like, Mom, am I better looking than Tom Cruise? She's like, no. So in her spectrum, like, I'm reasonably good looking, but she's like, you're doing yourself an injustice by
Looking homeless. But it's fine. We have an all-new Varun Maya, a sexier, newer version of Varun Maya. Only for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, we are gunning for 500,000 followers on our YouTube channel, just so we can have all the Overpowered channels be more than the Varun Maya channel. On that note, let's begin.
I shaved for you guys. Subscribe.
First on today's episode, Tut Sagar sent me this. This is so cool. Can you tell everybody who's watching what this is all about?
Cool. So this is called Elevenlabs Multilingual V2 plus RVC voice dubbing. So it's complicated, but let's first play it. Okay? I think it's always better when we play it.
Yeah. मैं तो फिर भी समझता हूँ कि ये AI generated है या नहीं, और हो सकता है ये सिर्फ मेरी सोच है कि मैं ऐसी दुनिया में ना हो जहाँ कंटेंट क्रिएशन को बस ऐसे ही रिप्लेस कर दिया जा सके. पर ये तो बेहतर हो रहा है ना. पर अब तू क्या सोचता है? AI डेवलपमेंट वाली बात तो एस कर्व जैसी लग रही है, सिर्फ हॉकी स्टिक जैसी नहीं है क्या?
अरे मुझे लगता है कि ये ऐसा ही है, राइट? पॉल ग्रेहम ने एक बार ट्वीट किया था. उसने बोला ट्रेडिशनल सॉफ्टवेयर में थोड़ा थोड़ा इम्प्रूवमेंट होता है. मतलब पहले वर्जन बनाओगे तो 25% तक काम होगा, फिर वर्जन 2 में 50% हो जाएगा. तो धीरे धीरे उसका स्कोप बढ़ता चला जाता है.
Okay, just to give people context, this is what the English version of what we recorded in the last episode sounded like. But I still trust my judgment to know if this is AI generated or no.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe that's just me wanting to not be in a world where it's this easy to replace, content creation. But it is getting better. But do you now feel like AI development more as an S curve and not just a hockey stick?
I think it's like this, right? Like Paul Graham had once put out this tweet. He's like, with traditional software, you have iterative improvement. Like you'll build like version 1 of the software, which is, let's say 25% done. Version 2 will be 50% done. So you can see it get more expansive over time.
I thought the voice quality after changing the language was very accurate. That's what I sound like. मैं तो ये समझता हूँ.
Your tone is correct.
My tone is correct.
The way you said S curve was like perfect.
Yeah. The tone was very accurate. So this is a new tool on RVC, multilingual tool. What is this?
So this is a little bit complicated. It's actually a chain of tools. We realized, and this is, by the way, we did some internal experimentation on this. We couldn't find this information out there on the internet. We actually just wanted to try clubbing these two things together, right? So I said, okay, Elevenlabs comes out with great output, and Elevenlabs came out with something called tone and expression, right? So it sort of sounds like the expression's also there, but it's not perfect. Right? So we said, what if we took the output from Elevenlabs and then dumped that output into RVC, which we've shown you in the last few episodes with Shah Rukh and all the others, right? Where we made our own custom model on RVC of Tanmay Bhatt and Varun Maya. And then we said, okay, what if we put these two together, have the voice output from Elevenlabs hit the input from RVC on that model? What are the output going to sound like? And it turns out it is pretty accurate.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I was surprised my Hindi was so good. Like, I can't speak Hindi that fluently, right? And when I heard it, I'm like, dude, I actually had a great idea. I'm like, I can learn from this. These are the mistakes I'm making. Like, a lot of people in English say certain words wrong. They say certain, like, their intonation is wrong in certain cases, right? And in my case, like, a lot of the words I say in Hindi are like, I don't accurately say it, right? So this is a great learning tool where I'm like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to sound.
A couple of problems with this though. The language translation is not colloquial. This is not what I would actually say it if I was thinking in Hindi and I was saying it in Hindi.
Yeah, that's because the translation is ChatGPT.
Yeah, so the translation can be more colloquial. If you cue ChatGPT to translate it in a more colloquial way, it would be far more accurate or far more realistic. Second, super useful for anybody who makes content to now instantly two-click translate yourselves into different languages. And third, this doesn't have wave to lip matching, like lip to audio matching. That's not there. But that also
we tried it, and it's not as accurate. I just want to play it so people know where the state of the tech is. Okay, so I'm going to play the wave to lip version where we've edited the lips also to match it. It's not perfect because in some cases it doesn't look like you. But like I said in the previous videos, 6 months.
मैं तो फिर भी समझता हूं कि ये AI जनरेटेड है या नहीं, और हो सकता है ये सिर्फ मेरी सोच है कि मैं ऐसी दुनिया में
Yeah, it's not very good. The lip matching is not very good yet.
The lips are constantly shaking, like it's
Yeah.
frame by frame consistency problem. But I think that at some point this is going to get better, right? And I think that's the final frontier. At that point, firstly, I think we're already at a stage where if a Marvel movie comes out tomorrow, you already have Indian dubbers, right? I think Shubman Gill dubbed Spider-Man and stuff, right? Now you can hear the original Miles Morales actor or Tom Holland or whoever is playing the role, right? You can hear them speak Hindi and Telugu and Kannada and all the others.
Yeah.
That I think is pretty cool. It's
That's
like
pretty
you've
cool.
never heard Tom Holland in Hindi.
In fact, there was a clip of Joe Rogan in Hindi that I remember. Let's play that.
अच्छा, मुझे लगता है कि यह महत्वपूर्ण है, और मैं सोचता हूं कि इन समयों में जब आप बस चीजों के बारे में सोचते हैं, बस अकेले होते हैं और चीजों के बारे में सोचते हैं, वे इतने दुर्लभ होते हैं। और मुझे लगता है कि उन दुर्लभ समयों में ही आप वास्तव में क्या मानते हैं या नहीं मानते हैं, उसे समझने में सक्षम होते हैं।
This is already fascinating because now you have, Lex Friedman, Joe Rogan, the world's most, Andrew Huberman, content that previously wasn't accessible in Hindi. Now you can get it with the original voice, which makes it as authentic or as close to what was intended. The only thing that needs to be fixed is translation can be more colloquial. And next
That's a ChatGPT problem.
Yeah, and next frontier is lip matching, which already to some degree, like I would like to show a clip of NeuralGarage here.
Myself घनश्याम, इस ऑनलाइन ग्रोसरी शॉपिंग के चक्कर ने मुझे घनचक्कर ही बना दिया था।
ನಾ ಚಕ್ರವರ್ತಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಗ್ರಾಸರಿ ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಚಕ್ರದಕ್ಕುಲ ಮಾಟಿ ತಲೆ ಚಕ್ರಮಾ ಸುತ್ತುಚ್ಚಿ
মাইসেলফ নারায়ণ এই অনলাইন গ্রোসারি শপিং এর ঠেলায় একেবারে নাজে হাল হয়ে গেছিলাম।
The NeuralGarage is already working on something like this, and I think soon we will be at just a couple of clicks and you'll be able to translate between languages with the original voice and the lip matching, which I think is fascinating. Great news for content creators actually. If you already have distribution, you can widen it much easier. Like I know that Mr. Beast spends a lot of time and effort in translating his content into like 20 different languages around the world, a lot of which really nets him a lot of views. This will just solve for it a lot quicker.
True. What do you think happens to dubbing artists? Like, what should I feel if I was a dubbing artist? And you've been in the artist space for a very long time. Like, how should they feel about this?
I mean, now I know a couple of cases where dubbing artists have licensed their voice for, chatbots or that sort of thing. And I know that these kind of deals will start happening, which is licensing year on year, royalties, that sort of stuff will probably get more stringent now, especially for people who are known for their voice. I think, that will be commonplace. I actually want to ask, this is right now a couple of clicks and something processes at the back end and then you get an output. I would be more fascinated if this can start happening live, because imagine broadcasting live.
You can do it. RVC can be done live. I don't know if Voice.ai uses RVC, but you can check out Voice.ai. It's like a voice or like a real-time audio morpher. And a lot of people have trained their own models. So there's a model of Morgan Freeman, Shahrukh, lots of people there. It's not as accurate as... Yeah, you can do it live. Let me see if I can do it. One second. Do we have Voice.ai? Okay, I'm just going to try this live, okay? I don't know if this is going to work. So I'm going to change to Elon. Okay, let's see if we can do this, okay? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Do I sound like Elon
Do I
Musk?
sound like Elon Musk?
A little bit. Like something has changed.
Now do I sound like Elon Musk?
Now do I sound like Elon Musk?
Change from Elon to someone else.
Okay, wait.
Oh,
Let's use Morgan Freeman.
Let's do Morgan Freeman and see.
Can you hear me now?
And try and speak a little like.
Can you hear me now?
My name is Morgan Freeman, and the world.
My name
It's
is
a pretty
Morgan
old place.
Freeman, and the world, it's a pretty old
That's
place.
real time, by the way.
But it's not as it sounds like just a fancy soundboard. I've used these soundboards before that tweak your voice a little bit. This just seems like just a slightly fancier version of that.
Voice.ai does it reasonably well when it's like offline voice.
Yeah, but real time is not solved for yet. Real time is definitely not solved for. So the point I was making, if you can do this live, that changes so many things. Sports broadcasting is changed. News broadcasting is changed forever. Political broadcasting is changed. Like if I was the prime minister of the country and I would reach out multilingually live, that's changed. Radio is forever changed.
Translators are changed. You know, when two presidents meet or two
Correct.
prime ministers meet, there's
Correct.
always like a translator.
There's always
there, right?
translator. That's changed. The world is
All travel is changed.
all travel has changed. That's true.
Google had these like earbuds. I don't know if it's still active or whatever, which did real-time translation. You can talk to somebody else in front of you with the earbuds on,
Correct.
and whatever audio it picks up, it translates into your language of choice.
The world will become flatter, more seamlessly connected, more easier to understand one another.
So, Tanmay, Midjourney just introduced inpainting.
Hmm.
Now, inpainting's been around on Stable Diffusion since forever, but
Yeah.
Midjourney is like Apple. They do everything late.
Yeah, but they
much
do it
better.
really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just play with Midjourney's inpainting. You want to swap out clothes, you want to swap out sunglasses, you want to swap out the background. You can do all of that fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
So let's show you that.
I was waiting for this since Photoshop launched generative fill. I was like, okay, Midjourney's version will be as cool, if not better, because their dataset is a lot more illegal than Photoshop's. Imagine Undertaker in a wrestling ring holding a broom in his hand.
Holding a broom in his hand in a stadium.
Okay, we got pictures of Undertaker in. Yeah, let's upscale one of these.
I like the third one.
Sure.
So we'll upscale the third one. Okay. And now we'll inpaint. Very regional.
Can we try changing the background?
Yeah, we can try.
There you go. There you go. That's better. Yeah, now change the background to like a field.
Oh, you can do it in multiple.
You can do multiple clicks, so that makes it easier. All right. Wow, that was painful, but we somehow got it done. Yeah, you don't need to write Undertaker and all. Just if you just write field, what happens?
First, let's take a look at this. Beautiful, no? Check this
Yeah,
out. I
pretty
like
good.
this.
Pretty good.
I like this also.
Interesting. The generative fill feels better than Photoshop. Why is that?
Quality, because Midjourney just has better training data. So when we were building Alpha CTR, which is a model very similar to how Midjourney works, we were trying to reverse engineer if they're doing some pre-prompting. Because Stable Diffusion by default, if you prompt it with nothing but just like a bunch of words, like let's say 3-4 keywords, it's not going to give you such a great output. But Midjourney, even if you put in a single word, the output is amazing. So either that's training data, or it is some sort of pre-prompting going on, or the RLHF you do here, which is reinforcement learning by human feedback, which is when I press upscale on a certain image, Midjourney is learning from that image, saying that most of these people, like wherever something gets upvoted or upscaled, you know it's a signal to say, okay, this is the kind of images that humans prefer. Right? So over many generations, I think they now know what humans prefer. Like there's no upvote or downvote on Discord here, right? But you are paying with sort of which image do you finally decide to go with, you're going to upscale that image. So it functions like an upvote/downvote. So that really helps with our, like a weird version of RLHF, which allows Midjourney to build out a better solution. On Photoshop Generative Fill, you're not saying that, okay, I like this output. But on Midjourney, you are technically, because you're upscaling it.
Okay, generate something like Chandrayaan on the moon.
It won't know what Chandrayaan is. Actually, let's try.
Chandrayaan on the moon. What if you do Indian space rover Chandrayaan on the moon?
First, let's find out if it knows what Chandrayaan is. Because I think there have been versions of Chandrayaan before this one.
Yes.
Right? This is Chandrayaan 3. So
Correct.
I'm sure that was there in the training data somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, it generated a version of Chandrayaan. Not bad. Interesting.
Dude, so what do you actually think about Chandrayaan?
I mean, epic, right? Like really cool. I saw a meme somewhere that said that Christopher Nolan's last film was like 3x more expensive than Chandrayaan space mission, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, pretty epic. I think it's like a global statement about India's tech prowess. We're expecting more foreign investment in Indians, not only space tech, but it probably has the ripple effects will go beyond space tech.
During the Cold War era, like both US and USSR at that point were both competing in this space race.
Correct.
And a lot of people were like, why are you I saw a lot of comments saying, why are you wasting money on Chandrayaan and stuff like that? You could have fed the poor and this, that. But it's not about that, right? Like, it's very indirect effect of,
Correct.
Doing this shows the world that you mean business.
Correct.
It forces, like you said, venture dollars into India to try many of these experiments, which in turn creates jobs.
Correct.
So it's not a direct, you take the money and, put food on the plate for people, which you'll do it once or twice and then the money expires. You're sort of improving the brand of India. It's almost like India is not, I said this in one of my videos, right? It's not a border, it's not the people, because we're a very varied country. India has a story, right? And like every story, like every company also has a story, right? Like you build the brand of that story over
Correct.
time. And India now has this amazing brand in the global, ecosystem because of things like this.
Correct.
Right? In fact, there's another brand that used space really well.
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Red Bull
Yeah,
used,
Red
yeah.
Bull.
Red Bull used it. The Space Jump by Felix Baumgartner. I remember that. That was pretty
Yeah.
epic.
So let's generate an image of the space jump actually.
Yeah, that's it. Felix Baumgartner jumping in space,
The Red Bull.
jumping with a Red Bull. Oh,
pretty cool.
yeah, what a cool image. It recognized, first of all, yeah, open it.
It's got the logo near
Dude,
perfectly.
oh, dude, look at the logo on his helmet. Upscale 4. Actually, even 2.
Yeah, it's got the logo near perfectly.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Let's check out.
Dude,
the logo.
that's a sick image. Dude, the logo is perfect.
Yeah. The bull is exact. Like I'm
Yeah.
taking a look at this.
Yeah.
Check this out. The bull is like exactly the same one.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know if this is what Felix Baumgartner looks like, but we'll roll with it. It's such a big difference, right? Like he's using it to jump off space. I'm using it to beat the afternoon slump.
Open
What I like.
upscale one of the other images. Let's see if it gets the logo right.
Dude, it's not just the logo, it's also getting the text
Right.
nearly right. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it literally says Red Bull on his chest. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is exciting.
Kudos.
Pretty cool.
Kudos.
But if you see the reflection on his face, right?
Mm.
Is it the reflection of what is this? This doesn't look like whatever's below. Like this part maybe, but what is this?
Maybe the space
Weird.
station. But this is the first time I'm seeing Midjourney get text right, no? How did it get Red Bull so accurately? It says Red Bull.
Because the Red Bull logo is very, like whenever somebody would label the Red Bull logo, it would be done very well. Like it's like, hey, this is Red Bull logo.
Yeah, so in the training data, the Red Bull logo was like very, very clear.
Yeah. It's a big brand. It's been around for a while. And that's what India is also doing, right? In a way. Like we're building our brand. We've been around for a while. And now we're showing these leaps of faith that the rest of the world is sort of betting on.
Interesting.
So talking about text and images, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, they've all struggled with text in images for a while.
Yeah.
But there's something new called Ideogram.ai.
I saw this. This is so cool. This is very cool. Dude, there was a chunk of things that graphic designers could not do using Midjourney. This solves for it immediately. So on Ideogram, you can go, you can queue any image, much like Midjourney, except you can queue text as well. So let's do Harry Potter standing in front of Hogwarts holding a sign that says Muggles are best. Actually, instead of Harry Potter, instead of Harry Potter, make it Voldemort. No, it would be funny to see Voldemort say Muggles are best.
No, I think it's.
I already generated Harry Potter.
Where is exactly written? Dude, so I don't know what they're running in the backend. I don't know if it's their own model, but I do know Stable Diffusion. I don't know what the relationship they have with Stable Diffusion, but I do know something called DeepFloyd existed. Let me just show you DeepFloyd. This is DeepFloyd. It allows you to generate text inside of images. We were planning to use this for Alpha CTR, but then fine-tuning it was a challenge. Right? So...
show Voldemort. This is too funny. This is too funny. See the first image. It got text very accurate, but I don't like the Voldemort. I think, imagine this tech combined with Midjourney's dataset. I think that's the ideal world. I think one of the challenges with Midjourney not being able to do text was logo generations were a bit of a problem, right? Can we try this on Ideogram? Can we generate a logo for a coffee brand called Overpowered?
The coffee.
A key part of logo generation is the text. So now if you can make text and logos, then logo generation is solved. Let us write a logo for a coffee brand.
Yeah,
there you go. All right. The logos are here and the first two are really good, right? Like this is pretty good. It got the text right. Look at this, dude. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
This is what I was saying, right? Like with images, you can do unlimited generations. If you have a couple of generations that fail, nobody cares. Like you just generate the next one, you keep trying till you get something that's perfect. Oh, this is very nice. This is nice. Oh, this is also very
This is also very nice.
Dude, this I would use.
Yeah, but
like
now,
I remove this dash.
Dude, graphic designers have no excuse to send in logo generations like late now. Now you can't say this is going to take time because now all you got to do is click generate and you can generate like multitude of options.
You said this once, right? Like this is now become a game of whose taste is better.
It comes down to purity of taste. If you have really pure taste and a wide knowledge base, the world is literally at your fingertips. I met a graphic designer the other day who was telling me that, he's like, I have 5x the amount of freelance work that I do now because I'm able to output a lot. But like this human to human connection, right? He was like, it still feels like when I generate something really quickly and go back, 50% of my clients still ask me to go and reiterate just because they believe because I did it quickly, I haven't put in enough effort. So now he's like, I'm trying to solve it by giving a wider... not only delaying, but it's like I give a wider range, like the menu has expanded dramatically of what I present to show amount of effort. Still shows that there are a lot of...
You know when you do Midjourney, it is blurry, like the diffusion, you see diffusion happening, right? So it's blurry and then it becomes this. You should, every week you should send like a slightly less blurred image. Every one by one. Like this week, it looks like it's going to become something.
Anyway, there's this arbitrage period where, thousands and thousands of clients still don't know how easy it is to generate this. Anyway, 6 months.
Okay, dude. So let's talk about Google Search AI, okay?
Yeah.
So Google launched something called Search Generative Experience, which now does some magic inside of search. So let's see how it works. There are 4 parts. First one is you have generative AI in search. So let's just search for something. Let's say I'm searching for Tanmay Bhatt. Let's see if it works. Get an AI-powered overview for this search? Absolutely. Generate it for me. Interesting. This looks like a quick Wikipedia. Bruce Wayne. Okay, so let's look for Bruce Wayne. And as you can see, it generates something here. And it's given you text and it's given you love interests. Okay, that's not something people need to know upfront. But okay, it's given you some information. And then it's given you top 3 links. I'll tell you the biggest question in my mind. On the mobile phone, how much space does this take? That's my number one question. I'll tell you why, okay? And let's probably do a quick test of this. Let's say it's this big. This looks like it takes up most of the space, right?
Yeah.
The problem with this is if it takes up most of the space, then there are these 2-3 links on the right. I think SEO is going to become completely different as a field, right? Because what happens generally when you look for Bruce Wayne is the first link will be from fandom, right? And Wiki and Rutgers and whatever, News Nation and whatnot. They suddenly get devalued to these 3, which is Wikipedia, DC Database, and Comics Basics. So it's like a new leaders of the roost, and instead of you having like 10, 20 potential links you can click on, or maybe at least, one, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say 7 results that you could click on, plus, a lot of these other clickables. Now you have 3 options. Most people are not going to spend too much time scrolling. You have 3 options. So SEO kind of gets limited. You have to be among the top 3 if you're writing content.
Yeah, but broadly, it doesn't feel like this is that much better than just a general Google search, right? Like GPT was a big leap from just from a generation point of view. But from a search point of view, Google search is still pretty good. And I don't know if I would want an AI generated search, because I personally know that AI hallucinates, and it's not perfect yet. So I don't kind of trust it.
Wow, there's something called Converse. So I just searched for recipe for omelette, and then there's something called Converse. Let's see what this is. Okay, and I can ask follow-ups.
Yeah. So this interface, the chat interface, is interesting.
Oh, it's giving me very specific links. So it's only replying with links. This is interesting, but I don't find it that useful, to be very honest.
I mean, I was already conversing in the Google tab only, no? I was saying how to make omelette, and like it was already doing this to me. So this feels like, okay, yeah, Google is really trying hard, but this doesn't feel like a massive delta over what already existed, to me personally, at least so
Feels
far.
like something for the stock market
Yeah,
rather than
yeah.
the user.
Yeah.
हमने भी AI डाला है. You can also do code tips. So directly in search, you can get code tips. Oh, this is very useful, right? Let's say Ruby on Rails generate authentication. I'm just seeing if it works. Generate an AI-powered response. Nice. This is what I expected. So device is a very popular gem for Rails, which allows you to add an authentication. But it's not giving me the code for it. Let me try something simple. Wait, MD5 hash. No, it's not doing code. It's not giving code tips. Okay, nice. Sad. Okay, so if you do JavaScript, check if key exists, it's generating some code for you. And it also has a nice little message there saying use code with caution. This is interesting, but I don't think it'll beat a Copilot where, an engineer is coding in place and just wants the answers quickly.
Feels a little gimmicky. It's not there yet.
I feel like what they're trying to do is essentially, it's the same stuff, right? As in Bard or ChatGPT, but they're trying to put it where the user exists, and that doesn't seem to be working so well. They're experimenting with format, not with the tech itself. But I think the best format for this is chat.
Correct.
Right? And
The
I
chat
feel like
chat UI
shouldn't
is
mess
just
with chat.
superior. Yeah, chat UI is just superior. I mean, and the Google search button was chat for me anyway. That's how I was using it anyway.
Exactly.
So it doesn't seem that much of a leap. All right.
Exactly. So the last one is something called Cursor.sh. The last cool finding for this week. It's a coding assistant. It uses GPT-4 32K and gives you a lot of increases productivity. How is it better than Copilot? Let's see. New AI project. Build me a 2048 game in Unity. Let's see if you can actually do Unity. To create a 2048 game in Unity, you need several files. First, you need a main scene. Great. Then you need a game manager. Great. Then you need a tile.cs, which is great. Then you need grid. Then you need input control. So it's sort of like AutoGPT in a way, or the small repo that we built AutoCode Pro on top of.
But a nicer interface and has like a smoother
They're doing
chat.
it inside like your IDE. Right, which is interesting. So it's got the game manager ready. It's creating the file. It's writing the code by itself. Great. I will do the hard job of... And the IDE itself is saying, hey, you want to install the C# extension for C language, for the C# language. This is nice. As for how well it will work, we'll have to deploy it. But it does fail in certain places. For example, it's not able to create the main scene Unity file because it's not really a text file. But interesting, nevertheless.
All right, that's for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to hit the like and the subscribe button.
I shaved for you guys.
Never forget. On that note, bye.